On this episode of Split Screen, we're here to challenge the vertical limit.
MJ, what are you doing?
We're challenging the vertical limit.
We have an episode of Split Screen to do. We gotta go.
Stay tuned, folks.
Hi, I'm your host, Ryan Lewis.
And I'm your other host, Michael Harone. In our first episode this season, we got our trivia skills handed to us by some of the members of Sigma Delta Omega.
Last episode, we had our backsides handed to us by the Taekwondo Club.
So why not carry on the grand tradition of seeing how many skills we don't have?
This week, we went to McAlexander Fieldhouse and went bouldering with Alexi Renquist, who is here with us today. How are you doing, Lexi?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. It was so much fun going bouldering. It was really, really difficult.
Definitely feeling it in my forearms today.
You are not kidding. It is.
Yep.
It's unreal. Like the amount of body strength you have to do that. It's beyond me. I'm just not used to using like everything in coordination.
Not only body strength, but we use a big word here, proprioception, which is
Ooh.
the perception of all your body parts moving together and like kind of conceptualizing that. So yeah, it's definitely hard to like know exactly how your weight's distributed if you've never done something like climbing before.
So
Yeah.
Alexi, how often do you do bouldering or free climbing, or what sort of climbing that you do?
With how busy I am with school, I try to go at least once a week because if I go too long without it, I lose it pretty quick.
That makes a lot of sense. The muscle memory disappears really fast.
Yeah, not even muscle memory, just like the muscle tone. Yeah.
Yep.
So you start losing the strength pretty quick.
That's very unfortunate. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't have much to start with, so I think I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
So, what's like your best climb that you've done?
Outside, it was a 512C outside up in Washington. That is, so like the scale would be, that's the Yosemite decimal scale.
Okay.
And it goes from class 1 to class 6. So class 1, 2, 3 is like for like trails and things and hiking. Class 4 is more for scrambling. So if you fall, you might injure yourself, but it's not really like life threatening.
Okay.
And then once we go into class 5, that's when you need protection, or else if you fall, you could like break something or potentially die. And then class 6 is a whole nother aspect, which is called aid climbing. Which it's harder. Yeah.
It sounds terrifying, honestly.
Yeah. As the numbers get bigger, they get progressively harder.
So
Yeah,
how did
that's
you
it
get
works.
into climbing?
I got into climbing in the junior year of high school. I decided to take a physical activity course, and rock climbing seemed fun and interesting. And they took us out to some sandstone
cool.
down in like southwest. I know my directions. In Southwest Oregon. I just kind of got hooked on it from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, at OSU, like, what's like the highest that you can go in OSU, like the gyms at Myth?
In the gym, the same kind of thing. I'm a little bit better at the top roping than I am at bouldering, but bouldering probably like V5, V6 is my max, which constitutes to maybe like a 5'10" or 5'11" on the other side. But on top rope, I can start working my way into like 5'12s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we test our climbing skills in the digital frontier and Shadow of the Colossus, let's look at how we performed in the real world.
Hopefully it was an ego boost. I'm Ryan Lewis.
I'm Alexi Renquist.
And I'm Michael Harone. And today on Split Screen, we're testing the vertical limit. Today, we're going to be bouldering. Do we get to use that stuff?
Nope. Just these.
That's my weakness.
Well, top rope climbing is free climbing. Bouldering is also a subset of free climbing in the sense that free climbing is you're using your muscles and your body to get over the wall. Just the difference between top roping and bouldering is top roping you use ropes because you go higher. Bouldering, as protection, you use crash pads. I started climbing back in junior year of high school, and I just took it as an activity course for fun, and I just got hooked on it. And my first experience was outside, but a lot of people's first experiences are in the gym like we have here. Here at OSU, we have a really inclusive gym. A lot of people, both male and female, really like to come and climb. Once you come in and just kind of experience it and really get to know people and talk with people, you're going to want to keep coming back. The difference in the misconceptions about rock climbing is most people think it's all upper body strength. And as you can see from my guns, yeah, they're not exactly the most average, the biggest. But with rock climbing, it's really using all of your body. It uses your legs, uses your back, uses your arms, uses your core mostly. Because it's all about that. Groups that all the muscle groups.
All the ones that have the most cuts on them.
But yeah, those are the ones that are going to be used the most. You're definitely going to feel it tomorrow in your forearms. That's the most.
That's not the first time I've felt it for this show.
That's really all we can hope for.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
So it was 0 to maybe a 1.
Oh yeah.
Get both hands in there. There you go. Or one hand at a time.
No,
Yeah.
only together. It's always better to chalk together.
Yep. That's a good.
That's our show motto. It's
Always better to together. So yeah. Okay. I like it.
It's already hard.
Like I said, it's an exponential scale.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. That's what there you go.
Oh boy.
You got it? You want to try again?
One more shot. Nice. I like it.
Nope. It's hard, man. I'm trying to swing across. I'm not used to it. Don't believe in yourself, Ryan. Believe in the me that believes in you.
Believe in the me that believes in you.
You got it.
Reach!
Get him go.
Hey!
Nice job.
Dude, that was solid. What was that?
I don't know, man.
That was a 4. No, that's
Everyone knows.
the white is a 4. Oh my god.
You're getting farther in.
Nice. Step round one. There you go. You got to pull through. Gotta bring it around. Got it.
Oh, I got a rainbow.
No shame, no shame.
Good lord.
MJ, what are you doing?
I'm challenging the vertical limit.
No, we're done. We're leaving.
It's my limit. Thanks so much, Alexi, for showing us the ropes of bouldering tonight.
Thanks to McAlexander Fieldhouse for letting us use your facilities. And remember,
It's always better to climb together.
Oh man, am I sore. But thanks again, Alexi, for helping us out yesterday.
Yeah, no problem.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
we've got to do a lot of different like recreational stuff with this season of
Yeah,
Split
it's
Screen.
been really fun.
And just every time that we do something that I'm not used to doing, it's just absolutely amazing to see all the stuff that goes into it. Like I never really would have understood like that you have to use all these different kinds of muscles. You have all this different equipment. You have all these different people involved in it. I'm like, wow, there's like actually really cool niche communities here at OSU that you can get involved in. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Really cool. So, Alexi, so we talked about the most hard or challenging adventure that you've done, but maybe what's your best adventure story just from a rock climbing adventure in general?
Oh man, it's probably when I was out at Smith Rock, which is about 3 hours east of here. It was very snowy. It was in the middle of winter, and we were climbing, and I couldn't feel absolutely anything in my hands or my feet because the climbing shoes aren't exactly the most insulated.
That's a fact.
You're supposed to be able to feel the rock, and when the rock is below zero, your hands are really going. But that's called sending temps, and so you can't feel anything. And so when you're going, it was definitely a good time.
Oh my gosh. So about the shoes, like why are they not insulated? Like what's special about the rock climbing shoes?
So what's really special about rock climbing shoes is that they're specially made so you have a really good feel of the rock. Because when you start going higher and higher, the footholds start to get smaller and smaller, and you really need to feel the smallest of features when you're on the wall and when you're outside. And so you assume if you have a bunch of insulation in the way, you can't really you're not really going to get that feel. Yeah.
That makes a good point, but it's also semi-terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you can you like lose your foot or something like if it's too cold? Like is there like
well, it's all about knowing your limits, and when it's starting to get, we were just doing some single pitch things, so things with like one rope length. We weren't getting too high off the ground, so we were definitely within our limits. And if it started to get really bad, that's when we would just call it a day and go. Yeah, so it's not like we were stuck up on the wall,
Right.
But there definitely are some.
And I'd assume that winter is not the typical time for most people to
Not exactly, no.
Well, we're going to have a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have the news update, and then we'll play some Shadow of the Colossus.
Hello, my name is Carlos Fitton. I am a cameraman for KBVR TV. This is your news update for this episode of Split Screen.
It's been rumored that Bandai Namco has been working on a new FPS for the Nintendo Switch, but it came out this week that rather than a brand new IP, Bandai is working on Metroid Prime 4. Eurogamer made a report that several sources have confirmed that the studio is Bandai Namco in Singapore in collaboration with Nintendo. Metroid Prime 4 was a title that was announced last year at E3, but with no word on who is developing it, gameplay, or trailer, but nevertheless, it's been a title that fans have been excited about given the iconic series' reputation. Bandai Namco hasn't given a statement at this time, but they have talked about adding more resources to the Switch platform. A recent one is the Dark Souls remaster that comes out May 20th. Are you looking forward to the new Metroid game, regardless of who's making it? Is the hype real yet? Tell us about it at OSU Split Screen on Twitter.
Monster Hunter World has become the best-selling title in Capcom's history, selling over 3 million copies in its first 3 days, and is now at over 6 million copies. It's currently the top-selling game on the PS4 and Xbox One, beating out PUBG on the latter. To celebrate this milestone achievement, Capcom has released a free pack for players called the 5 Million Celebration Pack, and Capcom plans to have a series of free updates to provide players with more content over the coming months. 3 million copies in 3 days is a huge achievement, but the launch isn't without its problems, the most notable of which is the difficulty of joining other players' games, especially on the Xbox One. The PS4's problems have been patched, but apparently the Xbox One still has some issues. Capcom acknowledged these issues in their release notes. Quote, "Our development team is also working tirelessly on pinpointing the issues with matchmaking on Xbox One. We apologize for the delay and appreciate your continued patience and support as we track down and solve these issues." End quote. There are workabouts to the difficulties in matchmaking, but it can have its issues. Have you encountered problems with Monster Hunter's matchmaking or heard about the issues with matchmaking? Are you enjoying the game so far? Send us pictures of your legendary monsters using the hashtag OSU Splitscreen.
Bungie continues to add patches to their franchise title Destiny 2 in the hopes of bolstering active player numbers due to a marked downward trend of even hardcore fans since the release of the Curse of Osiris DLC. This time, it's Crimson Days, the newest limited event that does show Bungie has been listening to their fans' rather vocal dissent, but time will tell if it will be enough. Crimson Days is a limited event focused around Valentine's Day where 2 players play together as a team in Destiny's PvP arena, but unlike the previous iteration, the new loot, including exclusive sparrows, ghost shells, and emotes, are acquired by participating in PvE events like the Raid and the Nightfall. Every illuminated engram that drops will also drop with a crimson engram, furthering the player's chances to get event-specific loot, another departure from previous Destiny 2 events. The changes to the loot system have some Destiny fans hopeful that Bungie is listening to the negative responses concerning Eververse, but it's too soon to tell if Crimson Days and the other live events will keep the series going until the next DLC launches. Crimson Days goes live on February 13th and lasts 1 week until February 20th. Are you going to be trying to get the single ladies emote or play Crimson Days at all? Do you want to be my Crimson Double? Let us know at OSU Split Screen on Twitter. No, seriously, who wants to be my doubles partner?
Capcom Vancouver, known for their work on the Dead Rising series, announced that a significant number of their staff was laid off. According to a Capcom spokesperson, Capcom Vancouver has undergone a restructure which has impacted approximately 30% of the studio, as part of its regular periodic assessments of upcoming projects and overall studio goals. While numerous staff members have been laid off from the company, Capcom did not address rumors of either cancellation or changes to Dead Rising, which means that there could still be a possible addition of another Dead Rising game to add to the series. Do you enjoy the Dead Rising series? Is there any memorable moments you had while playing any of the Dead Rising games? Shout out your thoughts at OSU Split Screen on Twitter, or post a screenshot with hashtag OSU Split Screen.
That's all we have for this episode. Have a good week, and remember to check out our social media pages at OSU Split Screen or our YouTube page on KBVR TV.
MJ, I'll be your Crimson Double.
Oh, thank you, because it's really, really hard.
Yeah.
I've been playing it, and it's not easy.
Destiny.
I think the last game I went in, there was 2 guys, and they went 24-0 and 23-0, and I killed one of them. What about you? Are you playing any Destiny or Monster Hunter?
No consoles for me. But and
PC
with
Master Race.
PC Master Race.
Oh, no. Well, this week we're playing the remaster of Shadow of Colossus, which deals with a man climbing giant colossi.
Shadow of the Colossus was originally released in 2005 on the PlayStation 2 by Team Ico to critically acclaim for its minimal story, moody music, and beautiful visuals, and time has only increased the game's reputation.
In 2011, Bluepoint remastered the game for the PlayStation 3, and in 2017, Sony announced that they were again remastering the game for 2018. For the PS4 release, it was completely remade from the ground up using the original assets. So that's why this game is absolutely beautiful. If we get in there, let's check this out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just look at that.
It's so good. Did you ever play the original 2002 or 2005 one?
I didn't get a chance to do that. I never actually owned a PlayStation 2, but I did go over to people's houses a lot and play.
Okay.
But yeah, this is like my first experience with the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Climbing giant rock monsters, what can you do?
Yep.
This is right up your alley. I'm so excited for this game, though.
I really do love like the beautiful visuals in this game. It's like, man,
it's like
consoles have come like a long way.
Oh my gosh, right?
From what they used to be.
This is like,
it's like a
Monster Hunter medieval edition.
Mm-hmm. It's like Monster Hunter mixed with like Breath of the Wild or something. It's
Yeah,
really
a more
beautiful.
realistic kind of Zelda
Breath
game.
Of the Wild, yeah, exactly.
Or dare I say Skyrim?
Ooh. So the point of this game, or the storyline is, like I said, it's minimalist, but I think the idea is that your girlfriend's dead and you're trying to save her by killing big monsters.
Yeah.
Straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward.
I mean, this is the perfect game to be playing on Valentine's Day as well.
True.
So it's true love.
Love.
Nothing says love like slaying giant monsters, right?
To save your dead
To save your dead girlfriend.
To save your dead girlfriend. That's perfect. So, like, what kind of adventure games have you played, or like what's your go-to game?
Oh man, when I used to own a PlayStation 3, Uncharted was like my thing. I got the Uncharted pack with my PlayStation 3 originally, and so that was like the only game I had for a little while. I was not the best at those kind of games right off the bat, but I'm quick to pick them up. Yes, yeah, but I really do enjoy those like action puzzle adventure games. Oh man, it was a blast.
Dude, this guy is insane. Did you see him just like claw his
Yeah,
way
just like
up there?
straight up.
Oh no!
Oh, and straight down.
And straight down. Hey, it looks like
you
me on
got
that wall. Look at him. Oh my.
Son of a gun. All right, I'll get you to the first
even
boss,
are the physics of
Alexi,
this
and then you can play it.
I love video game physics, but like this guy is just. After
Yeah, like-
actually climbing,
Yeah.
this man is
Mad respect.
unbelievably strong. Like he's just hanging on to these colossi, just like whipping around. I'm like, how are you holding on
How
to
do you
this?
hold it? Yeah. It's not too hard to hold and grab onto those kind of things.
Wow.
Yeah. When you have a little bit of experience, and I assume this guy has been an adventurer for at least a little while.
That's fair.
He has a sword.
So yeah, he has a sword and a horse. So
That's
yeah. So I assume he has at least a little bit of experience. Yeah.
So when you're
doing this kind of
climbing,
thing.
when you get to handholds, like we were yesterday when we were with you, those handholds get really small. So, like, how exactly do you train your fingers to be like the hooks like they are? Like, you kind of have to use your fingers as like little.
Yeah. Well, you are using your hands, and as you progress through the grades, eventually you'll just start to gain more strength just by doing it more and more. But to really progress further, there's hangboard exercises. So if you go in and see people like hanging off like these itty bitty edges and things and doing pull-ups off small kind of handholds.
Oh my gosh, that's madness.
Yeah, we have a few of those in our gym, and then we also have this thing called the campus board, which are pieces of wood on an incline that you'll go in and hang off and like go and do different exercises on those. And those will really benefit for hand, forearm, and finger strength.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna shoot him now? Oh boy. There it is.
Right in the leg.
Oh, dude, you got it. You did it. We beat him, guys.
Yep. Time to go wrap it up. Let's
All
go
right,
home.
you get it. Get him.
Yeah, get him. Get
Climb
him,
on that
Alexi.
back leg
Show us the strength that's in your hands.
So it looks like.
Oh man.
Jump and then press.
Hold thy soul
Got
to
up on
reflect the
it.
light onto the Colossus.
Stab him in
Its
the leg
vitals
there.
shall be revealed.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
I forgot I gotta.
There's his.
Hold on.
Look
Oh
at him
man.
just whipping
Yeah.
around.
Whipping around, man.
So speaking of like whipping around, like what's the most precarious thing that's ever happened to you on a climb?
Definitely taking a 25-foot fall
Yikes.
while on lead. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
yeah.
on your lead, but still,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
very,
While you're on lead, come
I'll
on,
hurt your waist.
Oh
I'm guessing.
pressing and holding square. But
You
he's
gotta
not.
pull out your sword with the
which-
D-pad.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you're
it's the
you have
D-pad. That's right. Yeah.
There you go, there
Okay.
you go.
So now
There
he's
you
got
go.
his.
You got
Okay.
him.
Oh,
Now he's got his.
yeah.
I was like, nothing's happening here.
Your stamina in the corner is going down pretty quick though.
Yeah. It looks like that's his grip strength.
Oh, you got it.
I got
Nice.
a little bit of damage. Looks like he's gonna come off here.
He's tired. It makes my hands hurt just.
Yeah, just
thinking about
watching it, just watching it, trying to grab
Oh,
one of those
man.
itty bitty little strands of hair, like tufts of hair.
All right. Oh man.
See, get in a good position here. And then...
Get him.
Got him.
Oh, wait, did that even do any damage?
Yeah. All right, here, let me give me a shot of this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. You try it.
Oh. Hey, look, it's just like me on the wall.
Oh man, you almost got stepped on.
So speaking of like climbing, we were talking about grades. Can you explain like what the grades mean and how they're different from each
Yeah.
other?
So the bouldering scale uses the V.
Oh my gosh.
The bouldering uses the V scale. And that was developed in the early 1930s, 40s by a man named John the Vermin Sherman.
Why am I so bad at this game?
You're almost dead.
Somebody
no,
better
yeah,
take
you-
this away from me.
Pass
so
it off.
bad at this. I'm just as good at this game as I am climbing.
Climbing. Maybe it transfers over. But
know, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, it's fine. John the Vermin Sherman, he did that. He started that V scale by his friends saying, man, that was hard for John to climb, so that was like a V3, or that was easy for him. That was a V1, and it just kind of exploded. Yeah, he was like the best climber within his friends. And that's how we do the V scale nowadays.
And so that's like internationally recognized from just a guy climbing?
It's internationally
really
recognized, but predominantly used in the U.S.
Okay.
And then the other one that we have for the top roping side
You mentioned the C scale?
no, that's the Yosemite decimal scale.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one was the one I was talking about earlier about the grades 1 through 6. and then the numbers following that are the difficulties of that specific route. So that'll be like it starts at like a 5-1, and then it goes. The hardest route in the world is a 5-15 D.
Son of a gun.
Or 5-14.
Every
D.
time you fall off.
5-14 D. Wait. No, 5-15 D. Yeah. I said it right the first time. It was a 5-15 D. Yep. Yeah. And that's like a man by the name of Adam Ondra climbed that.
We got it.
Oh, you're like in his butt.
Hanging off of his butt.
Oh no! I got back. Every time you fall off, he comes back up again.
Oh, you almost got kicked in the head.
Oh no!
Your health.
Okay, I gotta.
Health is going close.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that was just recently completed in this last year. So the next step up would be a 5-16, and we have no idea when that one's going to come around.
You've got to run away, Ryan. He's going to kill you.
I got him.
Oh my god. Oh boy. So what would you rate this Colossus?
Probably like a 520 something. Rocks usually don't try to swing you off of them when you're trying. They're usually pretty patient.
Okay.
That seems
I got it. Okay.
Oh, he's going up. He's getting up.
He's going up.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
we actually
I'll
gonna beat this?
I'll get to the top of his head and then I'll pass it off.
And when I say we, I mean you guys, because I have not helped you at all.
Whatsoever.
All right. Dude, I don't know.
Taking
I'm
care
just
of it.
like
maybe take a little break for your grip strength.
Get it.
Yeah, grab him.
Whoa. Oh, we got it up on top here. It looks like the next spot is up on top of his head.
Yep.
On the
there
dome.
we go. Gotta get him.
Dome him, man.
God, this game is so beautiful. Whoa, that
was quite a bit of damage. Yeah.
Oh, now he's spewing out some
liquids. all that black goo.
The bad stuff.
Don't give him any time to
some crude oil, man. Gotta put a
refinery up
on
there.
his head.
Feels bad, man. Oh, did you get him?
Yeah, looks like I got him. There's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Put him down. Wow, that was really easy. Kind of like the way that you climb. It just looks really easy.
Comes natural.
I'm so sorry, everyone in the audience. I am atrocious. That was nothing but a hindrance. Ah, it's so good. I just want to keep calling them Titans, but I know that's the wrong nomenclature.
Yeah.
Oh, some of that
Too much
black
anime,
stuff.
man.
Too much anime.
Animes.
Some of that. Oh man.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
It's like spewing out of his eyes and his stomach.
That's gross. Kind of got like a Roman feel to it almost.
Yeah,
with
it really
his like
does.
dress and stuff.
His sword's like a gladius or something.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It looks like.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks.
Thank you so much, Alexi, for showing us how to climb, and maybe someday we can conquer a giant ourselves.
Or more realistically, run away.
Or that. But thank you so much for coming on with us. It's been an absolute blast.
And remember, it's always better to game together.